Today on Fallout 4 Mods of the Month, Nate discovers the joy of akimbo SMGs. We discover some man-made horrors beyond our comprehension.
What the f is that thing?
All download links are in the description. Like, sub, share, hype, and let's get started. Some modders make weapons, some modders make armor. Rascal Arts makes you genuinely afraid to open a door. Breach is a narrative horror dungeon mod available for PC and Xbox. It's heavily inspired by the Alien franchise, and if you've played Rascal Arts' previous work on Vault 117, you already know what you're in for.
What the f? What the f is this?
Some good fights, some harrowing frights, what the fuck, and an ultra-immersive experience. Breach is the whole package and then some. It starts innocuously enough. As you're investigating Nayant Church, you find a basement door, where once inside you discover that something has clearly gone very wrong between a group of fish-headed cultists.
He's a scaly manfish.
And some gunners.
Oh man, that's graphic.
First, you have to turn on the power, and then take the elevator in the main room,
I'm gonna take this gunner leg with me.
where you go for a ride to an abandoned facility sitting at the bottom of the ocean.
Ah shit, the leg disappeared.
This is the Atlas Laboratory, and it's currently under lockdown. And if you have any hope of getting out of here, it's up to you to lift that lockdown, collect some loot, fight some enemies, and get a front row seat to the hubris of man. Among the cool loot is a brand new suit of diver-inspired power armor, perfect for long walks on the ocean floor. Just don't try to exit the suit while you're down here. Sometimes the hubris of man is actually a good thing. After all, it gave us 2 new weapons to enjoy while you fight for your life. Oh, sweet. The first is a pulse rifle ripped straight from the Alien franchise. It shoots fast and hard and kills abominations with no problem. The second is the aptly named Fuck'em launcher. It shoots a shell made from a fusion core, and if you've ever shot the fusion core out of an enemy, then you know exactly what to expect here.
There's one right there.
Oh shit! So while Breach might have a terrifying subnautic dungeon, at least you'll have ample firepower to make it out of there. Meanwhile, back above ground, we go to Starlight Drive-In, where 3 settlers, Dave, Sherry, and Greg, are deadlocked in a hand-to-mouth competition to see who can smoke the most cigarettes in a row. Cast your vote for the winner in the comments. We'll check back in with them later. May the best lungs win. While he waits for that, Nate decides to sit down and play some Fallout 1. He comes to a sick realization while he does so: iguana bits have human meat mixed into them. Unfortunately for Nate, this isn't true in the Commonwealth since iguanas are suddenly plentiful. Commonwealth Iguanas by Princess Aries is a mod for PC and probably Xbox sometime soon that adds a variety of iguanas to the game. You know, we see iguanas so often in food products.
Iguana on a stick. No, I love iguanas. I'm never eating them again.
That it's kind of nice to see them in the flesh rather than in flesh. But I digress. You can find them by going to any nearby body of water, like this pond for example, and looking for them nearby. These animals are highly detailed, and I really like the interpretation that they have 2 sets of eyes in the wasteland. You can kill these iguanas for their meat. Each iguana will drop some iguana bits and an iguana hide, which together can be used to make a brand new wall trophy for your settlements. I can't lie, iguanas make for great decoration. However, if you're more peacefully inclined to these little reptiles, you can head to Mystic Pines, and in the basement you'll find Snuggles, a unique iguana companion that'll follow you, defend you in combat, and provide a great alternative to dog meat. In Fallout 1, if you give the 10mm SMG to Ian, it turns him into a walking meat grinder. He can mulch just about anyone in the early to mid game into a bloody mess in 1 hit, which includes the Vault Dweller if he happens to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. HKMP9 and Friends by X-Cadaver is a new weapon mod for PC and Xbox that adds the classic Fallout 1 SMG and a newer variant SMG to Fallout 4. The HKMP9 is capable of single fire and full auto, has a number of attachments in the workbench, and in general is a whole lot of fun to use. The variant SMG is true to the original with fewer attachments and only fires semi-auto and burst modes. However, for both weapons, brand new, smooth animations round out the package for a cute little blaster with some serious downrange potential. The mod also includes a really cool unique. If you go to the parking lot at Robotics Pioneer Park, you can find a Fallout 1 reference in the form of a dead Vault Dweller and a mercenary who dropped an akimbo version of the weapon. That's right, this is a fully functional set of dual-wielded SMGs for Fallout 4. For the longest time, I know a lot of us have wanted something exactly like this, and now we have it, and I'm going to spend a ridiculous amount of time shredding NPCs into giblets with them. And Fallout 4 did get 4 new companion mods this month, none of which will turn you into ground beef. First it was Snuggles, here's the next one. Project Meow is a new Fallout 4 mod for PC only, which adds a fully animated, high-quality cat in a backpack. Toxoplasmosis not included. Your new feline friend will stretch, he'll purr, he'll study the environment and clean his face. In general, he's an extremely impressive, well-animated world model with an extremely cool vanilla-friendly implementation. And if you're wondering where he comes from, this is the Institute's FEV lab. It's the same lab you get Virgil's experimental serum from during the main quest, except things look a bit different here, don't they? First of all, there's a cat in a vat now, that's definitely new. But looking around the room, you can also see a broken vat and research papers everywhere laying out a scene of destruction. Almost like some evil, dangerous creature got loose or something. Anyways, if you read the research logs on the terminal next to the cat, it reveals that the researchers could neither tolerate nor control the fuzzy little creature. In any case, interact with the cat to free him from his prison, wear him on your back, and take him on the blood-soaked adventure he craves. Animats is a mod for PC that adds 65 new animation mats to the workshop menu. It's really simple. You just find the mat you want in the decorations section, place it, assign a settler, and you are done. The cool thing is that the mats will provide a happiness bonus for animations like Barkeep or Butcher, and since there are 65 of these mats, there's no shortage of animations you could use to bring your settlement to life. This is one of the best ways to set dress your settlement and really make your settlers feel the joy of wasteland living. She'll be fine. Item Condition is finally back with the Fallout 76 New Vegas mechanics for Fallout 4. This mod is for PC only, and it not only returns item condition to your weapons and armor, but also the scalability of your repairs depending on your stats. You can pair this mod with a skill and perk overhaul such as You Are Exceptional to really bring back that classic Fallout feel. When you're out turning ghouls into mincemeat, you'll have to watch your weapon condition because every single round you fire is going to decay your weapon condition gauge. Eventually that weapon will break, you won't be able to use it until you repair it. You can either repair it with a repair kit item or with the right materials. Now you need to engage in scavenging to keep your favorite equipment in working order. The only downside to a returning condition mechanic is actually just another upside. Now that I'm used to not keeping my equipment in good repair, I would get weapon breakages in the middle of combat and I'd need to improvise. And because condition applies across the board to all actors, including NPCs, you'll encounter hilarious situations like a legendary gunner breaking their gun and subsequently whipping out a legendary rolling pin to flatten you out with. I really gotta say, if you're not already using it, you should absolutely play with You Are Exceptional. Which, by the way, is exactly what I'd say about our exceptional smokers. Look at them go! Like a couple of steam engines, Dave and Greg keep chuffing it back for the win, but looks like Sherry is vomiting her brains out in the corner. Ooh, she's down for the count. That's a total of 80 cigarettes so far in the span of nearly 8 minutes. The Soviet Assault Shotgun is a new weapon mod from Degenerate DAC for both PC and Xbox. It adds a vanilla-friendly Saiga 12 shotgun, over 60 plus new attachments, and a new unique with one of the most unique effects I think I've ever seen. The shotgun itself is highly modular, as you'd expect from any weapon with 60 attachments. You can take it from a Popper's salvage junk rifle to a 12-gauge super slinger in just a few different pieces. Although for novelty's sake, you can also make a quasi-Dragunov out of it if you really felt like it. Using the rifle slug ammo, a scope, the best stock, and the longest barrel gets you one of the best long-range weapons in the game. Now, in order to get the unique, first you'll have to get on the Yangtze submarine out in the ocean. I recommend doing the Here There Be Monsters quest, and you'll see why very shortly. But in order to get the shotgun, you'll have to make it to the lower decks of the sub, and just before you enter the room with Captain Zhao's first mate, unlock the door to your left and kill a crazed submariner who's locked himself up in there. Must have been the last guy Zhao asked for help. He'll drop the unique, which deals more damage the fewer caps you have. It's definitely one of my favorite DAC uniques in the longest time, and that's partly because it's so on brand. See, communism is all about the redistribution of—
No! God, please, no! No!
Okay, sorry guys. Anyway, it's cool and I think you'd enjoy this mod. Back above ground with the submarine on its course back home, it was just my shotgun, my lizard, and Captain Zhao? Yeah, that's right. You can now make Captain Zhao into a companion with the Yangtze's captain by Thrillville. This mod for PC only adds the stranded naval officer as a full-fledged companion to Fallout 4. So this is why I said you should do Here There Be Monsters, because first you need to complete that quest peacefully, where you just send Zhao back on his way home. After doing that, you'll return to shore and head to the pier north of where you met Donnie Kowalski, and inside that shack, Captain Zhao is waiting to be interacted with. Ask him to come aboard, and he joins you as a companion. Now, Zhao works pretty much the same way as other companions, with a caveat. Because Captain Zhao's content is limited in terms of voice lines, the author couldn't add a whole affinity quest, so really Zhao is more like one of the followers from Skyrim or Fallout 76. He has a set of general comments during different scenes like combat, exploration, and detection, and yet despite that, it's still really fun to get more from the commie captain, especially since Zhao was originally supposed to have a bigger role in the game. There's an entire quest branching off from the Yangtze that was nearly complete, but it was cut before release for reasons unknown. Mortar Boy is a new Fallout 4 mod for PC only that adds a working, portable mortar cannon to the game. To get one, you simply craft it at the chemistry station along with some mortar shells. The Mortar Boy equips like a mine, and to deploy it, you simply throw it out. Once it's deployed, you can walk up to it to activate a dialogue wheel where you can then aim the cannon with the options. When you're ready to fire, you simply walk away from the cannon. I very quickly discovered that there was no cooldown on the mortar fire, meaning that this can technically be a fully automatic mortar cannon now. Don't mind me, I'm just getting my steps in. I immediately took the Mortar Boy with me to Concord, where it made a rather blowout debut with the raiders in the area, and it even did a number on the Deathclaw. Now, if you know mortars, they're good for two things: long-distance explosions and getting over cover. To test the long-distance thing, I took it to Big John's Salvage. Aiming it was a bit difficult at first, but once I got the hang of it, I was able to lay down some effective firepower. In fact, I was able to get the location cleared on the map without ever stepping foot inside of it, just by using the mortar. So, long distance, it's pretty effective. Now we gotta test it for getting over cover, and I can't think of a better place than Hangman's Alley. I did some quick recon with the camera mod, aimed at what I thought would be a target, and I fired away. The only downside with this mod is that I couldn't find it on Xbox. Hopefully somebody ports it soon, because I know console players are gonna love this. You know who's not loving it though is this guy. Greg has just passed away mid-competition and Dave is still puffing away, making Dave the final and only contestant left. Congratulations, Dave, you win a quick and sudden death. This is it. The best mod of July, and honestly one of the most impressive mods I've covered on this channel, full stop. Modding for Charity Double Feature is a fully featured quest mod for PC and Xbox from Kingath Creations. We're talking a new quest, a new dungeon, a new player home, a new custom weapon, a new suit of power armor, and a fully voiced companion.
Much appreciated, Daddy-O.
This is more content than most verified creations ship with, and it was made in a single weekend for charity. The quest kicks off near the CIT ruins, where a protectron outside the Boston Civic Archive pulls you into a conflict between two factions fighting over a collection left behind by a pre-war musician. On one side, you've got Sterling.
Sterling the Magnificent, if you prefer the full title. I lead a band of, well, raiders, technically.
On the other side is Lorraine Loxley.
I lead the triggermen in this district. Other crews may push cams, run little rackets, leave wreckage in their wake, but my boys don't do that.
Either one of them presents you a choice. Help either one of these characters in stealing that collection out from the other, and you get access to their unique item. But first, before you go any deeper into the Civic Archive, you need to make a stop at that musician's old apartment in downtown Boston, where right outside you'll meet a Thundercat named Billy Thunder. He's a poet looking to improve his rhyming skills with the use of a poetry book that can only be found inside the Civic Archive. And if you decide to help him, he joins up as a companion.
I'll follow your lead, Daddy-O.
The unique weapon you get from Lorraine is called Climate Change, a rifle that simultaneously functions as both a flamethrower and an ice sprayer, freezing and burning enemies at the same time. It's both hilarious and dissonant to see a flamethrower freeze someone to death. And the new T45 power armor gained from Sterling, it's gotta be one of my favorite power armors in recent memory. Not only does it look awesome from head to toe, but the headlamp has a little Vault Boy design in it, so when you turn your flashlight on, you see Vault Boy absolutely everywhere. It just feels so high effort for a free mod. From start to finish, this feels like Fallout 4. It's the kind of thing you'd expect to pay for in a verified creation, but this was free, and it was built in just one weekend by people who just wanted to do something good with their skills.
Truly, it was a pleasure.
Anyway, that was the best mod of July 2026, and it isn't even close. And if you've played it and you think this mod was worth buying, go and donate $5 to the charity that they're supporting right now. It's linked in their mod description. However, runner-up this month does go to Jagged's Third Rail, which is a lightweight overhaul of Good Neighbors Bar that adds better NPC sandboxing, more animations, and a VIP section that feels very on brand for the neighborhood. It's a small mod, but a big difference, and I think it's worth thinking about. Did you agree with the picks this month? Is there something I missed? Let me know in the comments down below, and while you're down there, don't forget to like, sub, share, and hype. Huge thank you to these big fellas on screen for keeping the snail train chugging. Until next time, peace dudes, I'll see you later.